Okay. Hello, PUBG Esports fans. As we gear up for the PUBG Esports 2025 season, we're excited to introduce the PGS and PGC point distributions for the upcoming global tournaments. PUBG Global Series points matrix 300, 300. Okay, so PGS 7 and 8. Winning PGS 7 or 8 is the same as coming second at PGS 10. Which I guess kind of makes sense because like 9 and 10... Oh, hold on. Let me do this so you can see where I'm pointing. You can't. You still can't. Okay. So 300, 300, 300. So first equals second here. Which makes sense because these will be like 1 month or 3 weeks before PGC. This will be like 6 months. So if you win the early one, like this was Cerberus, and then Cerberus were like 13th, like 10th, some shit like that, you would get less points, but it's still a high enough margin to win. Getting second at these events, though, is the same as coming fourth here, and basically the same as coming fifth. So the early ones for PGC points really only make a lot of difference if you win. And it drops off pretty quick too. Like fifth place is 100 points, which is like less than you get for getting top 8 here, or top 6 here. Which, you know, top 6 is fine, but top 8 is a big drop off. I think the reason that they make it this way is that these events will be in like April, May. And these events will be probably like, so EWC is August, September is PNC, which doesn't matter. So this would be like October, November. And then PGC is December. So here you're talking like 1.5 months for PGS 9. Here you're talking like less than that. Here, it's like 7 months. No, whatever. So, in PUBG Esports, unless your name is specifically Twisted Minds, 7 months is a long time for you to start being shit. So like, last time E-Arena got, what, second place at PGS 4? And then did nothing for the rest of the year. Do they then, like a team that did well 6 months ago and then sucked, should they really get the same amount of points as a team that got second place at the most recent event? So it kind of takes form into account. You know? The downside is that you're right, that does then sway the balance between these events. So I almost think that this event should have some impact on qualifying for EWC, which it might do, because EWC used the firepower rankings for their invites. So they had the top 8. So teams like VP or like TSM, it was like between those two, and it was like 1 point difference or something. But they took their invites from them, which will take this into account. So if you do well here, you have a better chance of going to EWC and then getting a chance at these points, which kind of balances it out. Because if you get first place here and then third at EWC, you have the same amount of points, plus like shitloads of money. Okay, so that's cool, I guess. So it ramps up throughout the year, so form is taken into account for PGC. There is some benefit to doing well early because it will have impact on your EWC seeding if they're still using that format system for qualifying. I don't know if they will. The road to PGC structure remains consistent in 2025 with 4 rounds of the PUBG Global Series, each offering crucial points. Additionally, the Esports World Cup will once again be part of the PGS point system, adding extra challenges and rewards. Only the top 8 teams with the highest accumulated points from the PGS point race will secure a direct invitation to the PUBG Global Championship. So, Global Series seeds. So this is only for the PGS seeds. So this is only these points. So if you... This is not for teams that don't qualify to these events. So for example, like Foot Esports last year. Or BB Team, rather, because they got to PGC. Without ever qualifying to one of these events. So this does not take that into account. So... The top performing 3 Korean teams with 2 GPTs. China has 2 with 3 GPTs. EMEA gained an open qualifier slot but lost a GPT. Americas still has 3 with just the 1 GPT. And APAC lost an open qualifier slot and kept the same amount of GPTs. So now everyone is 5, 5, 5, 5. Except America, who is 4. Which, as the smallest region, feels fair, I guess? APAC had more because they're representing so many countries, but also EMEA is representing a shitload of countries.
A few moments later.
PGC Seed Distribution! So 8 for Global Series. Which is... this. PGS points, so you get the top 8. So realistically, if you win PGS 10, you're in. Because then you get the same as first and second at these events. Or first and third at EWC. Or first and fifth at this event. Just jokes. Yeah. So if you win PGS 10, you're in. Winning PGS 9 pretty much puts you in. So you need top 8 at these events. I could feasibly see maybe like 6th to 12th being close on this. Because there's like quite a lot of 100 plus, or like close to 100 that are scattered around. So I could see like 6th to 12th being close. But realistically, if you win any PGS event or EWC, you should be in. And then there might be a few at the end that are a bit close. No, we've already done this. So this one, so 8 here. PGC Seed Distribution. So 4 from Korea, which includes the 2 GPTs. 5 from China, which includes 3 GPTs. EMEA 5, which includes 2 GPTs. America's 5 with 1. And APAC 5 with 2. So the GPTs can, of course, qualify here and actually have a better chance of getting these spots. So hypothetically, like Pero 17, TM, Falcons, Navi. Any other GPTs that you could see getting these spots? Genji, no. Irina, no. TE, yeah, sure. TE can go in. So no Genji. No EA.
13 điểm là con số của Five for Life cùng với For Crazy Rabbit cùng với Run Now. 6
No
điểm
4 AM.
3 điểm cho Follible Thunder. 1
Oh,
điểm cho PVS Sport và
DNF.
Red Unicorn. Game thi đấu
Yeah,
cuối
they'll
cùng
get
đã
one.
đến 4 đội tuyển không có được điểm nào, đó là For Tanker,
4,
Red
5,
Dragon
6,
Roller,
7, 8, 9,
Innovation
10.
Lab
That's all of
cùng
them.
với Box.
So these are not getting one of these spots. And then like +1 RNG from anywhere. Could be any team. So that would give, if this happens, then you have 2 China. So they get 7. You have 2 EU. So also 7 for EMEA. 1 from Americas, so they would total 6. Expendables, so 6. And DNF for Korea, so they would have 5. So if this is, if we're like slightly accurate, and then there's like a random +1 somewhere for a non-GPT team. This feels fairly okay, I guess. This is a bit high, given the region, like international performances, but like Pero and 17 should do well, so it's probably fine. Does this feel a little high? Maybe. Not sure. Given that APAC won 2 global championships, but I guess America's also won PWC, right? So maybe 6 out of 6 EMEA teams went to grand finals at PGC, so I guess that's fair enough. Korea being the lowest is actually kind of insane. But that is, yeah, alright, fair enough. And then the wild card. This is so dependent on where PGC happens. This probably makes up for this, is my theory. Is this, in my head, almost confirms that PGC will be in Korea. Almost. Not 100%, but like, I don't see any other reason why Korea gets less and wildcard goes directly to the finals. To me, this just straight up says PGC will be in Korea this year. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I read it. The PGC Global Championship will feature 33 teams, an increase from previous tournament. Yeah. Teams will qualify through regional series, PUBG, and additional wild slots. A wildcard team grants direct invitation to the PGC Grand Finals. If a team acquires a PGC seed with PGS points and another slot, the next team in rank of the regional series will be granted a PGC seed. So kind of like what happened with like VP, where they were relying on like TM and Navi to get these spots so that it would pass down, and then they get in. Cool. PUBG PGC point distribution by region. This is fucking weird. They do it by day? Weekly kill leader. Weekly winner. Most chicken dinners. That's so annoying, honestly. PWS Cup. Bro, holy shit. I'm so glad that I'm not I'm not casting Korea, trying to figure this shit out and trying to track, like, oh, this team needs this to qualify. Because then it's like, well, this team needs to be third, but also if they get fifth, but they get the most kills, and maybe they could get, like, sixth and get the most chicken dinners, or, like, the weekly winner as well. Holy shit, that's so complex. And then it's different for phase 2. Cool. See, this is nice and simple. Just give us one table. Okay, so first place in autumn is worth 1.5 times the spring. Here it's worth 1.33 times the spring. It's worth 1.7. Here it's worth like 1.55. Here it's just flat 1.5. It's 1.45 or like 1.42. 1.3. And this is like 1.6. So that is very weird how they're all worth different ratios. I feel like that should probably have been normalized a little better. If it was just across the board, it's 1.5 times more. That would make more sense. Because like third place here, you're getting scammed, by the way. Like, look at this. Let me zoom in. If you get second place in the spring, you fit in here between third and fourth. So you're still looking good if you get third place. If you get second place in spring. If you get third place, you slot in tied with sixth. You're down like 1, 2.5 places. And yet if you get fourth place, it's tied with seventh. So you're only losing one. First place in spring is exactly the same as second place in autumn. That's how it was in the PGC points, right? So I guess maybe that's okay-ish. But that's kind of troll. Okay, a little bit better. So this is like 1.25. This is almost 1.5. This is 1 point and something. Oh shit, I didn't run the ads. My bad. Here we go. Yeah, so the ratios are a little bit all over the place, but these points are closer together. So here if you get second, you're equaling third. If you get third, you're in between fourth and fifth. That seems reasonable. If you get fourth, you're equaling seventh, which is a pretty big drop off. Fifth is in between seventh and eighth. Maybe I would have put this at like just 70 instead, so you would be like in between here rather than tying. But that's like the only change that you could really make to EMEA. This feels fine. Nice. This one is a bit like all over the place. America's is just the same, I think. So 200, 200, 120, 120. Yeah, America's is the same. That's good. APAC qualifier. All right, here we go. Local series. That's right, they have points on these. So they are the same across both phases. That's interesting. So top 4 in finals is actually way more important now. Make sure every region gets the same amount of points. I don't think it matters because you only use them for like the individual regions qualifiers. If it was like everyone goes together into a big pool and whoever has the most points, doesn't matter what region they're from, the top 20 go in, then it's a problem and then it would have to be the same. If it's like inter-regional qualifiers, it doesn't really matter. But like, this is a big fucking juicer, by the way. If you win PMS, it's worth the same as winning Vietnam series or Thailand series. So if you beat teams like Day Trade, Forest, Sharper, or if you win against like AGG, TE, the other ones, TDT, you're getting the same amount of points as if you win against like AXO, Noddy Bots. Sorry, they're not Noddy Bots, they're Decimate Gaming. Fucking Bleed or whatever they're called now. Kiwa, that's it. FTF. Kiwa. Like, no disrespect at all, but these teams are not on the same level as these teams, and only some of them could be considered on the level of some of these teams. No, Bliss doesn't exist anymore. That Bliss is kind of this team, which is actually DCM, Decimate now. So Decimate is like possibly on this level. But these two, respectfully, are not. They're good teams, don't get me wrong, but they're not like equal in value to PVS or PTS teams. So Master Series teams get free money, but it's which is equal to second place here or fifth place here. So really, if you come first place here, you only need to be fifth or seventh, and you're equaling first place. Okay. No. Fifth and third, and you're equaling first place, which is kind of crazy. Okay. Killbox and Black Unicorn hot dropping again. APAC. So APAC doesn't have the most simple format because of the regional points. That complicates it a lot. But realistically, like if you're getting top 4 in your region, you're going to be up there in APAC anyway, but it could definitely make a difference whether you finish first or third in the Vietnam series.